All right, let's go through the coach's eye. So for the coaches, so you guys hitting this, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with a trigger point, hitting the hip flexors. So we're gonna get the ball just above or the inside of the hip here. And we're gonna try and release a lot of those abdominal muscles, tracing our way up inside the ribs. That's that big open arch, and we're trying to get that arch back in the body. A big part of that stickiness will come from stiffness from the abdominal wall. I want you guys to explain that to when they do it, that it's going to help their deadlift, help them sit back into those positions and allow that natural arch of the back to occur. The tighter your abs are, the more they flex and the more they miss that glute activation, they overwork their lower back. Then you're going to hit deep glutes, so I want you to roll out, from there rolling out into the deep glutes. Meanwhile, what I want you guys to start focusing on is using this time in the trigger point time to help the guys with nutrition. I want you guys to start asking questions. How's everyone going with their zone blocks? Does anyone need help? Does anyone need assistance? Are you smashing it? Do you need some extra strategies? Let's start using that time more effectively so we can have more point of contact and help them out further. Remind them, Intercom, the actual app online, is a great communication device. Use that as much as possible. Now, warm-up wise, keep it simple. We're gonna do 5 thrusters. Give them 2 focus points on the thrusters. One's going to be pushing the heel of the palm out at the top on the lockout of the thruster, and 2 is going to be getting that nice tight in position of the squat. So making sure that I use the cue of having someone's fist in the lower back to really press them into that arch so they get that nice tall vertical squat. As they hit the box jumps, 2 cues are going to be pulling the toes up, catching on the heels. As they land back to the floor, or as they step back to the floor, the second foot, as soon as the heel touches, jump into the next rep. Make sure they're touching those heels. Focus on those 2 points. With the deadlifts, again, make sure they're setting up. They get that natural arch of the low back so that they're keeping and maintaining glute tension the whole time. If they have to, get them doing a top-down setup, but really stress that position so they're getting that perfect setup every single time. Explain to them, as we do this workout, we're going to have 2 scale options. So check the post, it's going to have the other rep scheme. What's going to be the deciding factor when you guys give the brief? So we want to get these guys through the workout. 40 minutes is the absolute time cap, but what's going to really dictate that is, for example, if they know they're not going to be able to get, say, at least the first 20 box jumps unbroken without having to have a big break, have them do the scaled option. If they're not able to do a big set of deadlifts, again, scale the weight down appropriately so they can do that, even if the rep scheme's scaled as well. On the row, that's another one that's going to dictate whether they do that. They've got to be able to hold a 2-minute or faster pace. We want that row to be done in roughly 10 minutes. So yeah, so make sure you set those guidelines, guide them as coaches, make sure you're getting the most out of the workout. They really do appreciate, as much as they may not say it, they really appreciate us there giving those finer details to make them get the most out of their training sessions. As you write their name and their time's up, make sure throughout the workout you're touching back on those points, reinforcing those habits. Just make sure you're using that trigger point time. We'll call it barbell therapy, but that time to really ask questions about how they're going with nutrition, how we can better, and all that sort of stuff.